Right, just a quick video on how to set all your network interface card kind of parts. So the IP address, the DNS and so on. Right, so I'm just going to show you the old sort of fashioned way, and then we'll kind of have a look at the rest. So I'm just going to make this a bit smaller so I can see the network. So this is how I'd have done it through the GUI. Gone through the GUI, changed network adapter, got to the network adapter properties, and then to IPv4. You might notice I haven't set this correctly at the moment, but that's because I want to use it for the example. Okay, so I'm just going to go OK, close that for the minute. Right, so I'm just going to load up our PowerShell, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a few different bits just to kind of get the same information as if I was using the GUI. So I'm going to use my get net adapter just to get the name of it, and I'm going to use my ipconfig/all so that I could see the IP address. I can see the DNS servers, but at the moment they're IPv6 and link local ones. So what I'm going to do is I can also use netsh to show the same sort of which is the command I'm going to use, and show the config for that, which kind of tells me whether DHCP is enabled, the IP address, and all the other little bits which I might want to know as well. Right, so I'm just going to clear the screen so I can see a bit better. Right, so my first thing which I'm going to show you is how to change them to DHCP. So I'm going to change both interfaces to DHCP, and then I'm going to do static kind of ones. So how I'm going to do it is I'm going to use the netsh command. It's going onto an interface IP, and I'm going to go set address, and I'm using the name which I found out from the first part on the get net adapter, and I'm just going to tell it to say to DHCP, and I'm just going to do it ipconfig/all just to show that it's changed. At the moment it's gone to this 169, which shows that you can't access the DNS server. So I'm going to use my netsh interface IP set DNS on Ethernet and do it as DHCP, and I'll do the same thing. /all. At the moment, normally you'd have it so it would clear up immediately, though it's now got the right IPv6 address, so it's now getting one from the network, but normally it would change to IPv4 servers, and that would make a little bit more sense. So yeah, at the moment I haven't set the DNS options and DHCP options, so it's not telling the DHCP options for the DNS. It just isn't telling it the right things at the moment. So what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to clear the screen. So I've changed DNS and DHCP to the same thing. I can show that by again going to the GUI and showing you change adapter settings, click on that, properties, go to my IPv4, and you can see that they're both changed. Well, I'll just minimize that so I've got it for later. Right, my next bit, I'm just going to set static addresses. Just the same sort of way. I'm going to use the netsh interface command. It's IPv4 this time, and I'm going to set the address for Ethernet, which is the one which I'm using. I want to tell it static, not DHCP, and I'm going to put in the address I want. So I'm going to change it back to the one which I had, and I'm going to 255.255.255.0, and I'm actually going to put in the gateway as well. So the gateway is going to equal, oops, I'll put a slash rather than a dot. There we go. So it's going to go away and just quickly do that. Yep. If I go back onto my ITP config, I can now see default gateway is what I've just put out there, and the IPv6 address is that. Let's just clear the screen to make it easier to see, and I'm just going to add the DNS. So IPv4 add DNS, and I'm going to add them to Ethernet, and I'm going to put them as 10.1.5. So it's going to go off, contact that machine, and then add it as a DNS server if it can contact it. Though even if it doesn't, will add it. I sometimes get these messages, but at the moment, because this is a practice environment, I probably just haven't configured something for that to come back correct. So I've added them all, and if I go back to my interface and right click properties and IPv6, you can see I've now added all of the ones using PowerShell. And that's how you do it all. Okay.